Over 20 kilometres in length, more than 150 unique corners, 1,000 feet of elevation changes. We hear these numbers and one name springs to everyone's mind: Coconut Mall. But Coconut Mall was clearly inspired by another circuit where these incredible statistics still apply. It is, of course, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. These are all fairly well-known facts about this popular German racetrack, but there are many other things that make the Nordschleife experience unique. Since all of you sim racers and racing fans love this place, we thought we would collate a few fun facts you may or may not know about the fabled Green Hell. But just before you reach for that dashboard lap timer, why don't you reach for the big red subscribe button so you don't miss another video, or Apex. Right then, time to butcher some pronunciations. It's a little known fact, but pranging your pride and joy into the Nordschleife barriers might be the least of your financial worries. Why? Well, who pays for the damaged barriers? The track? The German government? Toto Wolff? Nope, it's you. That's right, if you dare damage the barriers with your car, you'll have to fork out €60.69 per metre for replacements, plus a call-out charge of €150 for the guys to fix them. And if you take out any of the supporting pillars behind, you'd better warm up your credit card as they cost €79.19 each. A 30-minute visit from the safety car is also going to cost you a whopping €82. Add all of that up and you could potentially face a bill of thousands of euros. Oh, plus you need to add VAT at 19%, and a recovery truck at around €300. And then there's the damage to your car. And pride. Ouch. Trying to max out your Citroen 2CV on the Dottinger Ho straight? Want to take your G-Wiz for a white knuckle ride through Flugplatz? Well, it might not be a great idea as your vehicle must be able to reach, and presumably maintain, a minimum speed of 60 km per hour. Not a problem for almost every modern day car, but worth bearing in mind if your BMW M2 competition is stuck in first gear. You must obey German traffic laws when driving the Nordschleife, so that means you drive on the right and overtake on the left. You must comply with the German Road Traffic Act and German road traffic licensing regulations, and if you're arriving from the UK, you'll also need to carry proof of insurance. And bear in mind, most insurance policies will have a track day Nürburgring clause built in, so make sure to double check this before you travel. Oh, and much like Germany's autobahns, there's no maximum speed limit. Now I know I literally just said there's no maximum speed limit around the Nordschleife, but that wasn't quite true. I know, fake news and all of that, but speed limits are a thing around the Nordschleife. This one is fairly obvious, but around an incident site you must keep your speed below 50 km an hour or face a driving ban. Quite how they enforced this, I don't know, but safety first. Historically, there's been a few speed limits introduced on certain sections of the track, and in 2015 it was set to 200 km an hour between Hocheichen and Schwedenkreuz, and 250 km per hour on the Dottinger Straight in response to a tragic accident the same year. Interestingly, these speed limits were in place for the Nordschleife's normal VLN racing series, but only really affected a few of the top teams. After all, 124 miles per hour and 155 miles per hour is quite fast. The limits were subsequently lifted after safety improvements, but like any normal German public road, there's always the possibility of roadworks and other restrictions, so track day enthusiasts need to be aware of any displayed speed limit signs. We all know the Nordschleife is a toll road, right? Well, how much does it cost? A single lap from Monday through Thursday will cost you €25, rising to €30 for public holidays and Fridays to Sundays. A season card for unlimited laps is €2,200 a year. It sounds expensive, but in real terms it's comparable to your average track day in the UK. For example, my local circuit Knockhill offers a track day for £190 for 7 hours of running, but at somewhere like Silverstone GP, the costs tend to be closer to £300. Realistically, you'll be running your car for a few laps, cooling it down in the pits for a while, then heading out again for a short blast, so it won't be non-stop driving all day. So, for around 90 to 120 minutes on the Nordschleife, you could buy a track day at one of the UK's premier circuits, which in reality works out to a fairly similar bang for buck ratio. But hopefully you don't end up causing too many bangs and don't lose any bucks to repair bills. Want to set a PB fastest lap on the Nordschleife? Well, unless you're a professional racing driver, forget about it, as all timekeeping devices are banned. This is presumably to discourage amateur drivers from pushing themselves to the limit, increasing the chances of a big off. Officials are allowed to prevent any car from starting a lap or even issue a driving ban in the event of non-compliance. Obviously, no one would dare start the stopwatch on their iPhone as they're released onto the track. Definitely not. You know how you're all set to play five-a-side with your mates, you turn up to the sports hall and there's already a bunch of lean-looking 20-something footballers running around barely breaking a sweat, wearing fancy white boots and shouting insightful tactical instructions to each other? Well, that's what your average track day driver must feel like when they rock up to the Nordschleife and find out they can't get on track as Porsche is testing their new 911 with pro drivers behind the wheel. That's right, for at least 16 weeks of the year, manufacturers pool their funds together to hire out the track for vehicle testing, so we have the Nordschleife to thank for creating a generation of hard-riding, stiffly sprung hot hatches completely unsuitable for UK roads. Cheers, Nurbs! A lap record attempt can only be done on a closed track or race day, and there's normally controversy associated with the specification under which cars perform their runs. However, without delving too deeply into this, the fastest production car lap time of the Nordschleife was set by a Porsche 911 GT2 RS, driven by factory test driver Lars Kern in June 2021. The fastest race car record was set by another Porsche, a Porsche 956C Group C Monster, driven by Stefan Bellof way back in 1983. This stood until 2018 when Porsche again set another benchmark, destroying the previous record by over a minute in the absolutely insane 919 Hybrid Evo, driven by Timo Bernhard. 13 miles in 5 minutes 19.546 seconds? Now that is fucking fast. It's also worth mentioning that the electric lap record is held by the Volkswagen IDR, with Romain Dumas lapping it in an incredible 6 minutes and 5 seconds. I even tried beating this on Race Room recently. I failed. One final fun fact about the Nürburgring Nordschleife is that it's definitely going to appear in Assetto Corsa Competizione very soon. No, it's not. No, seriously, I mean it. I promise you. It really isn't. Stop it. So, now that you're up to speed with the venerated venue, why don't you jump on a sim and give it a go for yourself? You will find amazing versions of this track within many major racing titles such as Assetto Corsa, R-Factor 2, iRacing, Race Room, Automobilista 2, etc, etc. If you love this track as much as we do, make sure you let us know why in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel for more racing content like this and hit that notification bell to catch our videos as they are released. In the meantime, get your hands off that lap timer, thanks for watching, keep it pinned unless you're tackling YouTube Corner, and have a great day.